Hello, I'm Marjorie from the Eastwood-Epping branch of the Country Women's Association. As part of the Granny Smith Festival month, we're demonstrating the making of an apple crumble. We're going to be using the Granny Smith apples. These are nice and firm, they don't soften up too quickly when it's being cooked, and they've got a good flavour. The other ingredients: cinnamon, 4 ounces of plain flour, 3 ounces of rolled oats, 6 ounces of brown sugar and 4 ounces of butter. Now this shouldn't be too soft because when we rub it into the crumble we want it still to be reasonably firm. When we're cutting these up we're going to put them in lemon juice so that when we cut the apple up it will not turn brown too quickly. When we assemble it we'll be using a round oven-proof casserole dish and about 17 centimetres in diameter, and we will in fact grease it with butter. So in order to cut up the Granny Smith apples is simply to halve them and quarter them and then probably halve them again and then cut out the cores. This means you can do it fairly quickly and you can then trim off the peel from the apples. So we can just slice them quite thinly. Now before I assemble the crumble, I'm going to put the oven on, and we're now setting the temperature here for 190 degrees. So the story of the Granny Smith apple starts with Maria Smith, who had an apple orchard here in Eastwood, and that was one of many orchards in this area originally, together with the dairy farms. And in her orchard she had a number of varieties, and often with the pollination they would get cross-pollinated, and she found that she was getting a particular apple coming which proved to be a very good cooking apple, and this has long been now known as the Granny Smith apple. Now in order to assemble the crumble and create the crumble, I'm going to put in the 4 ounces of plain flour, the 3 ounces of rolled oats, the 6 ounces of brown sugar, and we'll in fact just stir that up thoroughly. Make sure it's all thoroughly blended together. Now into this mixture I am putting a teaspoonful of ground cinnamon. So I'm going to stir that in thoroughly with my mixture so it is well blended through. Now I'm going to add the butter. It's probably easiest to chop your butter into the mixture so you've got smaller pieces. And this is where I'm going to pick up handfuls and just simply rub the dry mixture in and the butter together and pressing it between your fingers so that the mixture gets well into the butter mix. And sometimes I find it's easier just to turn the bowl round, and then I'm just actually making sure that all the bottom of the mixture comes up so I can rub it into the butter. Taking a little bit of butter, not too much, I'm going to butter the whole of the inside of the dish. So the next thing to do is to put the apple into the dish and pack it down fairly firmly. Now we are adding caster sugar. You don't really need very much, and then you can turn that over in with the apple down on the sides. And we also suggest that you add another little bit of cinnamon, a little sprinkling on top, and that can be mixed in with the lemon juice and the sugar that's in there. So I'm taking the sugar mixture or the crumble mixture and putting it round. I tend to put it round on the sides first of all and then fill in the centre. So we're going to press it down firmly with the back of the spoon here. This is the mixture ready to go in the oven. So we can put it on the middle shelf, right in the middle, and that will be ready to go, and we'll put the timer on, coming around to 35 minutes. So now the timer has gone off and we're going to take the crumble out of the oven. So it's come out nice and brown on top, and you'll notice that some of the apple has bubbled up around the sides. That's quite okay. So now it's ready to serve. You probably need to let it cool down a little bit. Here we are.